guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mia and today I have my May TBR video. I have been very late in the last couple of months with these videos, so some of these books I've already started reading and some of them I'm pretty sure I won't get to finish just because I've been very restricted with my free time as of lately, so I don't have too much time dedicated to my reading, and I've also been in a little bit of a slump as being watching shows and getting distracted. One of my coworkers is really into Naruto and he had been talking to me about that show for quite some time now, and I love animes, so I started watching it, and at first it wasn't as big of a distraction, but now things are real in this show and it's getting very interesting. So lately I just keep watching the show on my free time and not dedicating too much time to my reading, but hopefully I still manage to read some of this completely, and if I don't get to finish all of them then that's fine, at least I'm still reading a little bit. So let's get started. I do hope to read one poetry collection this month. I hope to read this one right here. This is by John Wilkinson and it's called Down to Earth. And I believe this poetry collection is very much about our planet and the damages that we have caused to our planet, and basically environmental issues and pollution issues and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be very interesting. I've never read anything by this poet before, so I'm very excited to read this one. And it is a very short poetry collection, so I should be able to finish this one. The next book I already started reading and so far I'm really enjoying it. It's this one over here, is Tsukuru Tasaki and His Years of Pilgrimage. And I have to read it that way because the title's kind of blocked in the front. So it's just easier that way. But I'm really enjoying this story so far. I've gotten to about 25% of the book and I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying Haruki Murakami's writing style. I know this is the translated version, but I'm really loving the story so far. I'm pretty sure I'll definitely have this one finished by the end of the month. Another book that I already started reading, but I'll most likely not finish by the end of this month, is the full collection of The Lord of the Rings. This is quite a large book, so I know this is probably going to take me a couple of months or so to read just because of the level of reading that I've been doing lately and the amount of time that I have dedicated to my reading as of lately. But so far I'm on page 40 and I'm enjoying it. I just haven't gotten, to a point where it is a non-stop page turner. But so far I am enjoying the story. It's just quite large and it's a little bit intimidating to pick up. So once I'm reading it, I'm really enjoying it, but once I put it down, it takes me a few days to pick it back up because I just feel pretty intimidating by the length of the book. But I do hope I finish this one soon, hopefully by next month. Anyways, I still want to advance on the book and I hope to get to at least 300 pages or close to 300 pages into the story if I can. That way it'll be easier next month to finish it, or at least read most of it. I also hope to get closer to finishing or finish this book here by Dan Millman. This is The Way of the Peaceful Warrior and this is the first book. I think it's a trilogy, but I am struggling a little bit with this one. I mean, it's a relatively short book. I think it's about 215 pages. It's quite a short story and I should have finished it by now, but I am not finished with it yet. It's a little bit ridiculous, I know, but for some reason the story just doesn't captivate me as much. I don't really know what it is about the story because when I'm reading it, it's alright, like it is interesting, but at the same time I feel that I get frustrated a lot with the characters and the plot of the story. I feel like nothing is really happening. And I don't know, so far I'm not too interested in this story, honestly. I keep having to force myself to pick it up, and when I pick it up, I'm counting how many pages I'm reading, and eventually I just have to put it down because I'm just not as interested in the story. Maybe it's just not the right time for me to be reading this kind of story, but so far I'm struggling. I only need a little bit more. I mean, I'm more than halfway through the story, but for some reason I just don't feel inclined to picking this one up. So I would like to finish it this month just so I can be done with it. I don't think I'll be continuing with the other 2 books in the series. And I honestly don't even know if I'll actually finish it this month, but I do want to at least make some improvement on it or advance a little bit on the story. Then I wanted to read Mouse, so when I saw it on the library, I picked it up and I read it right away. So I'm done with this one. I enjoyed the story. I will tell you a little bit more about it on my wrap-up. For the most part, it was a little bit of a letdown. I don't know if I had too high of expectations for this story, but for some reason it just fell a little bit flat. The art style was nice, but nothing of the story nor the art style blew me away. I thought it was gonna be a more heartwarming kind of story or a sadder story, and I don't like the way that some of the characters were depicted in the story. I don't know, I'll tell you more about it on my wrap-up. Then I hope to pick up this one here, which is the Tomb Raider. This is by Dark Horse and it's Seasons of the Witch. I want to read this one already. I've had it for a little while. I got it on my comic bento box and I just haven't picked it up yet. So I wanted to pick it up and see if it'll be a good one. And last but not least, I would like to read Surface Tension. This is by Jay Gunn. I got this one recently on my comic bento box and I've just been so drawn to it. I really want to read this one. I think I'll enjoy it. So hopefully I do get to this one this month as well. These are the books that I hope to either finish reading at the end of this month or at least read most of them at the end of by the end of the month. And I don't really know if I'm gonna stick to this reading plan just because as of lately I found myself very spontaneous in my reading and I keep picking up books, reading just a little bit, putting them down, picking other sets of books, putting them down. So I don't really know how this month is actually going to end. I feel myself kind of slowly hitting a reading slump and I don't like it. We'll see how the month actually ends. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!